Hello and welcome to tutorial 2 of the EnergyDeck platform. We have several ways of capturing data in the EnergyDeck platform. In this tutorial, I'll explain how this can be done using the platform's manual data capturing capabilities. So to sign into the platform, you need to come to the EnergyDeck website, click on Login, and then sign in using your username and password. After logging in, go to the Setup tab. You'll now notice that the sites within the navigator have a drop-down. This displays all of the associated subsites and meters in the portfolio that are included in the REEB reporting. We'll go into more details around the meters later in the tutorial. Now, if you select a site, it displays all the site details, and here we've captured the basic information of the site, including address, floor space, and occupants. If you'd like to change any of these figures, click on the Edit button. Any of the parameters can be changed at any time and are also time-stamped, but we recommend that you don't change the unique asset reference number, as this is used for internal analysis purposes. When accurate addresses have not been provided, you might notice that your site's location is not correct on the map. You're able to change this by clicking the Check Location button and then moving the pin to the correct place and confirming the location. Don't forget to save any changes. If we then go back to the main tab, subsites are displayed at the bottom of the main page. A subsite could be a special high-intensity area within a site that you'd like to make clear in the REEB reporting. It's possible to add occupancy, floor area, and operating hours for subsites if you have the data available. Moving on to operations. This is where you can see and make any changes to the operation of a site. The tables are populated with all the data provided from the previous REEB reporting period. To make any changes or add data, click the Edit button. The REEB reporting will only focus on occupancy status, occupancy density, and operating hours. Occupancy status is the leased or occupied status of a site. We capture occupancy levels rather than vacancy, as we have done in previous years. Occupancy density is a capture of people within a building. We capture FTEs and workstations for offices, and footfall for retail and leisure parks. Both of these tables allow manual input by clicking the Add buttons located in the right-hand corner of the table. Operation hours. We're able to capture raw data on core and additional hours on the platform. We also have the capability to collect more specific time periods. These can then be broken down into days of the week. For instance, if a shopping centre has a late night opening on a Thursday, this information can be captured in the platform. To do this, select Additional for the type of hours, and then set the mode to Specific. You can then select the months, days, and hours you want to add data for. Don't forget to click Save. Fabric and services are two standard EnergyDeck features, but they're not used for the REEB analysis. Ratings and audits. Where rating certificates such as EPCs, DECs, LEED, and BREEAM are stored. Audits including ESOS assessments and ISO 50001 can be stored in the area of the platform, but will not currently be used in the BBP report. Historically, BBP have collected EPCs and DECs, but EnergyDeck are also capable of storing additional ratings. So if you have these available, please include them in the platform. Meters have been set up in EnergyDeck using the energy data provided for previous reports. EnergyDeck works using meters across all resource types, including waste. So when uploading data for the next period, it is important to understand the values will correspond with a meter. For example, total electricity landlord procured, or total incinerated waste. When tenant energy data has been provided in the past, you'll see that EnergyDeck has created a subsite and meter named either tenant procured or tenant submetered. This is also the case for special service consumption, such as comms rooms. If you'd like to alter the way this is named, please contact BBP@energydeck.com. To view existing consumption values, we call them readings in EnergyDeck. Click on one of the meters. In this case, we'll go for total electricity, landlord procured. Here you'll find a table which is date stamped with the previously reported consumption data. To add a new reading, simply click on the Add New Reading button. The start date will follow on from the last known data entry, and the end date must be specified. You're also able to include a cost for the values added, where utility bills are used for the data capture. This could be useful information to include for personal analysis. Cost data, however, will not be shared with the BBP, nor its members. Then go to Chart. Here you're able to visualize the energy used for a specific site. An annual period selector is available to switch between calendar and reporting periods. When receiving only a single consumption value per year, EnergyDeck carries out a basic calculation to allow the user to view what their estimated energy consumption is over a year, breaking it down into weeks and months. When more granular data is provided, this chart will provide a real energy trend data. Tariffs. This tab will not be used in the BBP reporting, but we have included the functionality in the platform should you wish to populate it. Contact EnergyDeck if you'd like to learn more about this function. Alerts. This function alerts a specific user when the platform is expecting to receive a reading, or whether a reading is higher or lower than expected. It will prompt a user if consumption value has not been received by a certain date. Useful if you're allowing managing agents to upload the data to the platform. Regression. This tab will not work unless we are receiving granular data for the site. The linear regression tool is used to track consumption against heating and cooling degree days. Logs. A record of any consumption values added, by who and when. In this case, there have been no manual data input, so no logs are available. We've had to carry out a calculation of several meters to create a total consumption for the reporting period. EnergyDeck will allow you to create a series of sub-meters and auto-total, carrying out the calculation automatically. EnergyDeck is also able to capture half-hourly meter data if you have it available. This can simply be uploaded to the platform via CSV. If you'd like to provide more granular data, please get in touch with BBP or ourselves and we'll assist the setup. So we go back to the main part of the site and click on Users. This shows a list of users who have access to the dashboard. In the BBP version of EnergyDeck, we have a single user role, which allows all users full read and write rights. If you require users' roles for access to individual sites, please contact EnergyDeck. And alerts. This tab is not used for the BBP reporting. Using target meters, this is another area where we can create alerts in EnergyDeck. For this function to correctly work, a site must have sub-meters installed. You can invite more users to the platform by clicking on Users and then entering their email addresses here. They'll then get an email inviting them to the platform. You can also edit user settings here. Changing whether they're an organisation administrator or not will affect their rights to edit the account, which is useful if you have a lot of people needing access but do not want them editing anything. Overall, it's good to remember that EnergyDeck allows you to put as many values for each metric into the platform as you wish, and all the data is time-stamped. So if you have more granular data available, then please feel free to include it. In the third tutorial in this series, we'll be introducing bulk upload and how this feature allows full portfolio data to be uploaded.